Well, hello there. I'm going to tell you a tale of an electrical saga. The video that you're about to watch is quite dramatic and quite fun. I want to give you the preemptive of what led up to the footage starting in this video. Laurel bought this property in June, July, August of 2021. When she bought it, as you saw from earlier footage, it was completely wooded. There was no power lines, there was no water main, there was no nothing. It was just vacant land. Most people, when they buy land, there's at least power to the land. Not in this case. In this particular case, the closest power lines were a quarter-mile away, down the road, down the dirt road. And in order for us to get power here, Laurel had to petition with the power company for months, spend a few $1,000s in order to get the power lines here. What we had to do in the process was negotiate constantly for months where the location of the pole is going to go, how many trees have to fall, and on top of that, most places, not in Tennessee, most places the side of the road is a right-of-way, which utilities have access to. In the state of Tennessee, that is not true. So in order for us to have these power poles put in, which you'll see soon, we had to get permission from the owners, the landowners, and that was not easy. Okay, so once we got permission from them, then we had to, it was on our dime, we had to go and clear the spots with a 15-foot radius around each pole. Each pole location and the wires themselves had to have a 15-foot span on either side in order for the poles to be dug, for the wires to be ran, and all that came out of Laurel's pocket. Okay, so we had to go back and forth with Lexington Electrical about placement of poles, about how many trees had to come down, and the cost, and this and that, and there was so much drama before this video even starts. So when you see the excitation of us about them showing up to dig the poles and put the and all this, you'll see why, because there was months and tens of thousands of dollars spent in clearing land, and as you saw in this earlier video, clearing trees so that we could have power brought to this property, right? So this is such a non-conventional thing that we're doing, right? Most people have power at their house when they move there. We did not. We had to do all this work and petition with the electrical company, and they dragged their heels, and she was calling them daily, trying to get them to come. So this has not been an easy point up to the beginning of this video. So wanted to share that with you as context so that you understand what's going on. So now, this is a continuation from where I left off. Enjoy the show. Hey Laurel, they're digging our post holes for electrical. What's your response?
Yay! They're my heroes. Look at them go.
That is some of the most exciting news we've had in maybe days. They're showing up to dig the power poles. Yeah, because we spent a few days yesterday, the other day, clearing these spots so they could dig the power poles. And it looks like they're already coming down the line. They're kicking butt. In fact, here's a picture of me and Laurel wielding chainsaws and kind of having fun clearing these spots. But there's like 5 or 6 power poles that they need to put in, right? And that's one down there. And looks like they already did. Here's another one, right? Boom. Nice deep hole. Oh my goodness. Power poles. Yeah. And why this is such a big deal is because we've been fighting these guys, Laurel says, in September to try to get them to come out here and do this. And it's already almost mid-November, right? So once these poles are in or the holes are dug, poles can go in, then we can get power here. Yeah! Woo-hoo! Power! Yeah. Laurel, our power poles are going in.
Yes, 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 yes. And boy, that was so easy.
Easy like picking thorns off a bush, man.
Really.
Woo!
Well, it's
Did you-
all about who you finally get to speak with. And the head of the electric company is my hero,
Keith Larson?
Keith Lawson.
Keith Lawson. Thank you, Keith, for being an awesome man in this project.
And look at those guys go.
They are going, man. Oh boy. Yeah.
There is a lot of stone here, and that's what they're getting through.
Yeah, like the bedrock is like inches to feet thick. It's pretty crazy. Either way, thank you, Lord.
Yes, yes.
So that was super exciting. We got all those holes dug, especially the one at the end of the driveway. It was huge. And as you can see, we're putting styrofoam and just stuff in the hole so no one falls in. That's like a 6-foot hole. It'd be a bad day for someone. So we got that in, and there's a few more holes that are they broke for the day and the weekend because it's Friday here. There's still one more hole they need to dig here on our property. That'll be taking over the tent pole. So we have power, and there's I think 1 or 2 more they got to dig down the line. But Monday, hopefully, God willing, they'll come out here and sort that out for us. So huge, huge, huge victories here. Day 4,298, the Electrical Saga continues. We thought we had it all sorted out, and LES, Lexington Electrical, showed up today and basically said, nope, more trees have to come down. I'm not happy about this. I'm sure Laurel's not happy about this, but at this point we need power. These guys are here to dig the last hole on the property here on this side. Bummer was the one that they dug up the hill here ain't gonna work because it's too close to the road. So they have to dig another hole a little closer in. Either way, this driveway is gonna be here now instead of here, which we knew that. But we're gonna have to lose this beautiful oak and that beautiful oak, which I'm upset about in real time. This is just me capturing the emotion here in real time. It sucks. I really like these oaks. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous, and at the same time we need power here, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's Brian and Laurel. Brian's from one of the top guys at LES, Lexington Electrical, and Laurel talking it out over there. And these guys here putting in the final pull on our property with the guy wire. I don't know, I'm upset, but at the same time, it's just like, I'm being guided to just surrender because this is, all creative processes involve surrender, and we just have to surrender to what is, especially when the powers that be, them have to say this is what has to happen. And by and large, we negotiated so much, like standing here in the road. All this that we knocked down here, we definitely negotiated the minimal amount of trimming as possible. But it is what it is, really, so again, yay for power, and at the same time I'm sort of just upset that we have to lose these beautiful oaks, which I love so much. So anyway, progress is happening. I wish I could say I was happier, but it's kind of like one of these, like, you know, either way. Let's celebrate yay for power happening and also death of trees. Here's the pole down the line, the last pole on the property, right? And pole, guide wire, and we'll be heading down to the property in time. And now they are doing the actual pole now at the top of the driveway. So here we go. As an aside, check out these round stones that came out of the first hole when they dug it. It's kind of cool. They look Flintstone wheels in a way, but we wanted to hold on to them because we might use them for a project here, who knows. But either way, those are fun little round circles, huh? Yeah. Anyway, we're about to start digging the second hole here. The actual pole hole, whatever, I don't know. Regardless, it's all about flow and trusting God, right? Here we are. There we go. Tree's been fell. Not exactly excited about it, but you know what? Again, it's what we had to do to move forward. And here's Laurel cleaning up. I'm gonna help her out here in a second, cleaning up to get it off the roads so that people that can drive by and don't notice it too much. But one more step in the process, right? One more step. All right, they're gone. Carnage has been left. Progress has been made. Hearts have been broken. But here it is. Here's the big hole. Now, apparently the pole is going here now. But as a result, like you said, we had to lose these two beautiful oaks. And I don't know. It is what it is. And wish it could be done differently, but I don't know. The time has come. The poles are being put in the holes. Super exciting. I don't know how far they've gone so far. I heard the noises down the way. Come to check in on them. And here they are. Power poles are going in. Power poles are going in. And that means, God willing, by the end of the day, we might actually have power at that temp pole down there. That's pretty cool. So there they are, putting it in. I love it. They'll be here soon. I don't know how far they've gone, but here it is. All right, Laurel. Power lines are going in. Power poles are going in.
I haven't done my hair though.
That doesn't matter. Look at me, I'm looking fabulous myself. It's a good day. Friday.
Yes, power line.
Power lines.
And it was 25 degrees last night.
It was a cold one.
Yes.
There it is. Welcome to Tennessee,
we're
everyone.
Pretending to still be happy.
It's the little things in life, right? Little things. All right, Laurel, there's one of the poles. Look at that. All that work we did.
My pole. Yes.
Yay, poles. That's one there. Look at that. And a few more down the line. There's the bucket truck waiting to run the wires.
Yeah, there's the other pole.
And we're just letting these guys run their poles. And apparently we found out, Laurel, that they brought their holes with them, which is a good thing because then we can get holes for the last guy wire. And apparently, for those listening, it's Guy, G-U-Y, which for those gender pronoun people, you can just throw out any association to that whatsoever. All right, so.
Also, unfortunately, the joke was much funnier when he said it.
It was. It definitely was.
It was clever.
I don't tell jokes well. Anyway,
Yeah,
there it
because
is.
I said something like, well, there's one more hole that needs to be dug. And he said, well, we brought the hole with us.
Yeah, we did.
So it's a beautiful day in Tennessee.
Here it is. The poles are going in, Laurel. Your thoughts?
Yahoo! Well, it's time for Thanksgiving. Yes.
It's weird. Thanksgiving is at the end of next week. Kind of strange. Here we are. Power's going in. Woohoo!
Yes.
last pole on the property is in. The pole on the driveway is in. You see my blue car up there, right? Because when they were pulling out that big truck, they dug up some huge ruts here on the road, right? And they dug them, they used a shovel a bit, but that's impassable by my car, Laurel's car. So they held back the guy wire, and I drove my blue car through, and I think we're just gonna leave that there for now. And in hindsight, what we realized we could have done was have them put this guy wire for this pole by the street over a few more feet, and then we could just easily drove through it. But you know what? Hindsight's 2020, right? And that's what it is. So, whew, big morning. Big morning. The poles are here. They're gonna have to trim some trees eventually. I think they're gonna come back either later today or tomorrow. Trim those trees, and the poles are in. One more big step here on the Electrical Saga journey. So there it is. One more step. The next step after they got the poles is they are trimming the trees for us. They're trimming it, not out of our pocket. You can hear them trimming the trees. And by the looks of it, they're already running the wire too. There's a wire here on the ground. I'm not going to touch this. I don't know if it's live or not. I'm guessing it's not. But safety first, kids. Safety first. So they're trimming some branches there on trees, and looks like without much time they'll be here. And unfortunately, this beautiful little portal. One, they cut these beautiful oaks, which were like a gateway door for us. Now that there's these two, those are more likely going to have to get trimmed for the line to go through that far pole right here. This guy. Woo. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see, right? It's like beggars can't be choosers, and we kind of have to go with what we can negotiate what is trimmed and what isn't, but at a certain point it's got to get trimmed. So, all right. Anyway, it's happening. Wires are in the air. It's super exciting. And it sounds like they're just going to be stopping here at the top of the driveway. They're still in the air up there. And it sounds like they're going to just stop here for the day, as it's already getting late on Friday. They're going to run the rest of the line down to the last pole and then to the 10th pole, so we have power Monday, is what it sounds like. So we'll see, but regardless, big progress has happened today. And there you go, you can see a little bit better now. Progress has happened. Wires in the air, you can kind of see the wire coming across. Where's it at? Yeah, can't see it, but either way, it's in the air. It's in the air, wires in the air. It's a good sign. Another morning here in Tennessee, waking up, sun shining. Electrical poles, God willing, today they get finished. So as you can see, the pole at the end of the driveway is in, and you can see it's a bit crooked. This guide wire here, guy wire, we found out, not guide, but guy. Kind of middle of the driveway, which we know. what we talked about with the foreman of the project last week was, because this is leaning, that guy wire needs to get sort of replaced, and we're going to say, hey, can we move that guy wire like 3 feet, 4 feet that way so we can actually drive underneath. As you can see, my blue car kind of would fit, but not really. We want to make that easier. So that was one thing that we're hoping to get done today when they show up, and they're going to straighten that pole, hook up the other guy wire, and then, like I said, God willing, hook up the wire to that pole and then down to our main line so we actually have power today. That would be awesome. We'll find out if that actually happens. We'll see what happens, because this is the Electrical Saga, everyone. We never know what's actually going to happen until it's done. Stay tuned, kids. We'll find out. I don't know. You don't know. It's going to be a mystery to everyone. Oh yeah, in case you were curious, well, why can't we drive on this side of the road, you may ask. Well, this is Tennessee mud. And Tennessee mud is what we were told one day is like greased snot. It kind of is. I've seen some big trucks, like the big truck that you saw hanging the poles. It got stuck in there, and that's a big effing truck. And as you can see, it's leaving these huge ruts in this mud, right? And so that's why we're trying to stay in the chert. Eventually, yes, we do have some extra chert that once they're all done making these huge holes and messes and things, we're gonna pay someone to just chert this whole thing from side to side. But right now, it would be nice to have more than one way to get into this property, right? So either way, for those that were curious about that, that's why, as you can kind of see, it's pretty muddy, and this is clearly the better option. Either way, regardless, and if also you're curious, why do we put the pole in the middle? I'm not sure if we talked about this, but for lack of lengthy conversation, we made so many concessions in this project, and that was the only place that it could go. Just accept that. So there it is. Regardless, we're gonna have a nice wide driveway when it happens. Like box trucks and delivery trucks can come through here. Cars will go through there, God willing, like I said, move that guy wire. So there it is. Anyway, now we're just waiting for them to show up and continue the journey. tension wire put on by them to keep the pole up, guy wire, our guy wire for our temp pole. And you can see the wires now are running across. The guy and the monkey hanging up there. I'm just give you that little, there you go. Here you can see him better now. Monkey on the pole, have been hooking all those wires up. That's the pole at the top of the hill. And our temp pole down here, yay for that. And he's gonna be coming down soon. And as you saw earlier in those videos, I'll show another clip here, they moved that guy wire out of the middle of the road and they're gonna put it on the side. And I didn't show any videos of this, but their machine was digging the hole, literally in the middle of digging the hole, hydraulic line ruptured, so the truck got stuck in the middle of digging the hole, so they had to stop. But they've been very effective. They've gotten all this stuff taken care of, and wire from our temp pole across to the pole, like I say, where he's up on the top there, and stuff's getting done. You know, it's been a stressful day. I feel like just having them here is sort of stressful because we never know when they're going to show up, what's going to actually happen. Therein lies the drama, the saga of the electrical. But either way, it's moving along, and there it is. And here's that truck, like I mentioned, they were in the middle of digging that hole for the last guy wire, and literally the hydraulic line burst, so the maintenance people are here to fix it. Hopefully get this rig out of here soon, and get the last guy wire for this pole hooked up, and there it is, right? Guy wire out here is in, connected, bigger space now between the pole and the driveway, so hopefully we can get through. We'll find out after they leave, but it's a lot better than it was. That's a good thing. Yay for that. Thank you, Lord, for providing that for us. And it's been quite a day. Laurel's picking up, you know, as you saw the trees getting trimmed, Laurel's picking up some of the sticks here, and now they're starting to pull out, but they have to put the final tension now between our pole here and the pole that they just put this the new guy wire on, and God willing, all is sorted and all is great and grand. A little bit of a detail is that guy wire they just put in, it was this much sticking above the ground, so it's like 6 feet long, right? Whereas the old one was almost like 3 feet up, and so hopefully this will hold a lot better, God willing, right? And there we go. There we go. Hey, Laurel. We have poles. We have car alarms going off. And what do you think, Laurel? They moved our guy wire. We can drive under this thing now.
Yeah, I was thinking that intruders will find it to be rather challenging.
If anything, humorous.
Yeah, if anything, humorous.
So, well, there it is. We're just waiting for them to finish hooking up down the line. I think it's hilarious that they have like a car alarm going off on their thing. But
this is,
regardless, they're going to hook up that end, and then the big guy, General Custer, I'm going to call him, his name is Joe. He's going to come back when they're all hooked up at the end of the road.
Yeah.
And he's going to come back and validate with us before the end of the day that we actually have power to our pole on our property.
Yeah. So what date are we on today? So 20...
Today's the 21st, 22nd?
Okay. So this began September 1st was when I started to try to get power.
3 full months almost.
Yeah.
Well, we're here. We got it.
And that tree got a bit of a haircut.
And a little bit of trimming, but you know what? I mean, in
okay.
the scheme of things,
It's That's all right.
We got it.
They didn't get the nest up there.
They
so-
didn't. They left the nest. But anyway, super exciting. Super
Yeah.
exciting. One more clip after this and we'll wrap it. But super exciting to end.
Super exciting.
Almost ending the
Yes.
Electrical Saga.
We did it.
We did it. Preliminary view of the meter. Brand new. No data yet because it's not on. That will change. Super excited about that. Yes. First testimonial, we have a delivery from Ace. Just drove through that big honking truck. Well, it's just an F-150, but whatever. Made it through here, so that means, oh yeah, our cars are getting through there. If the F-150 fit through there. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Yeah. Yeah. Numbers blinking means power's working. Power's working. Oh my goodness. End of this. End of this saga of electrical. Getting power poles ran. Joe's took off. And it's just been quite amazing. It's like the roller coaster, right? The roller coaster. And just to test it out, we turned the saw on. And just to show you, this is the first power coming out of our pole, cutting saws. Yeah. All right, Laurel, the saga is over. We have power in our poles. That's kind of weird, but we have power, we have electrical. What are you thinking? How do you feel? What's your thoughts now that we got this done?
I never thought I would embrace cutting down lots of trees, tons of destruction, a whole bunch of really good-looking young men doing daring things. It was very impressive, and thank you for this electricity. It's glorious. It really is exciting. Many people worked hard for this. My hat off to Keith Lawson, the head of LES, and every man that worked there, and this guy who made it happen, and me.
Yay!
Yay.
We all took part in
We
it.
did.
And including, like I said, this amazing crew just showed up and everyone, like,
Yeah.
so.
So this is a plus for the planet Uranus, which rules electricity.
Yay, yay astrology, yay power. All right, we're gonna wrap this saga, Laurel. We're done. We're moving
we
on
done?
to we're moving on to bigger and
I
better
want it to
things.
go on forever.
You can. I'm getting off this ship. You can
Okay.
hang out here as long as you want.
Stay tuned, because what's going to happen next will be fun too.
We'll find out. Stay tuned. Yay.
Bye. Thanks for watching.